Okay. Continuation of the last Duhikidagada. Um let's get right into the news. Last we left off, I was woken up from cryostasis by a man named Phineas Wales. Apparently my ship had been in transit for way longer than it should have been, so I woke up after everybody else, and now everyone thinks we're all dead. So he sent me down to the planet to get smuggled by this one here fella, but the fella died when I landed. So I look around. I found a ship nearby, but I find out the ship has some damage, so I need to go in town to get some parts. But I need money to get those parts, you see. So I did some mercenary work for some people nearby, and I'm currently in the process of finishing that up. This motherfucker has it out for mechanicals.
Bring us honor, soldier.
Found your package.
Feast your eyes, soldier. This here's a genuine Spacer's Choice injury customizing unit, designed to deliver a lethal blast of electrical discharge. I call it the Hand of the Law. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? You stick a couple thousand volts in its guts. With compliments from old Ludwig.
Sounds like fun.
Fun? This ain't some quarterly performance review, soldier. Ours is a grave and sacred duty. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. I'm talking about the old geothermal plant. Unfortunately, the old plant lies outside my board-given jurisdiction. You'll need to get a passcode from the boss, Reed Thompson.
What do you expect I'll find down there?
I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
What are you planning?
Don't tell anyone, all right? I've got a contact. A real expert in the inner workings of the automaton. We are gonna rip those mechanical secrets right out of their circuits.
Edgewater's in the middle of nowhere. You don't have a contract.
Well, excuse me. What I meant was I'm going to get a contact. Didn't know I had to be all prissy about my grammar around you.
Am I supposed to get one of these?
There's the rub. If a mechanical breaks down, the logic module fries, so you can't rip one out of its corpse. You're gonna have to find an intact model somehow.
Parvati, is a logic model something you can help me with?
I don't reckon so. I work with gears and pistons and such. Stuff you can put hands to. Computers and mechanical brains are outside my ken.
You know, she names the mechanicals she fixes. Calls them Bess and Clancy and so on. Keep a careful eye on her. Could be a sympathizer.
Seems simple enough.
If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
Okay, so it looks like it's all coming back together. This guy had some dues needed collecting.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about, Silas?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
Sorry to hear that.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
About those fees you wanted.
You run into any trouble?
Paperwork, fees, and signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
Went out of my way for you.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
Hey, I was hoping for something more tangible.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Abernathy was trying to hide his own illness.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
Yeah, isn't that why you wanted me to collect his fees?
I needed his fees because of his name. A, for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
I should go. Okay, cool. That was easy. Hey, look, it's a laser sword. Damn, I go fast. It's a big-ass bus. Oh god, oh god. Gotta reload. I wanted to talk to her real
Yeah,
fast.
huh?
I noticed you mention your dad a lot, but you never mention your mother.
That's on account of how I never met her.
I'm sorry.
It's hard to miss what you never knew. I don't ponder it over much. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
That's inhuman.
It's sensible. Dad just fixed machines. She did some kind of crazy math, high-level stuff. Better to raise me on his time than hers.
You mentioned something earlier I wanted to ask you about.
You mean about the mission being too clean?
In the bar, you asked me if I was a drinker.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I'm gonna guess you're not a drinker yourself.
Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that. You got better things to think on. Sorry.
Everybody needs to cut loose every now and again.
I'm just not everybody, I reckon.
You said the mission was too clean. Isn't the church supposed to be?
I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
Then why'd you want to go talk to him?
The Vicar's about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time thinking on what is and ain't right. It's just that when he looks at me, I feel I'd disappoint him.
Let's get back to it. Need more ammo soon. Man, this is pretty. I like how the sun is set, but you can still see it on these two planets over here.
Incoming! Down they go!
Bonk! Bonk! I wonder where Carrie's gonna get excited. Here, the car wanted us to grab a special book for him. Told us it was in here. Oh, God! Ow. Okay, that's one thing that I wish was in this game, was a lock-picking mechanic.
You're fast.
Plasma cutter. Ooh. Yes, please. One-handed melee? You. Found some beasts outside, decided to have some fun. Oh my god, these things are big. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Reloading. Oh god, still alive. Ow. Oh god. Come on, come on. Die, 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 die. Damn it. Reloading. God. Is this necrotic damage? Jeez. Nope, this is gonna kill me. I need a second. Hang on. Okay. God damn, almost out. Come on. I'm really glad I invested in high speed. Ow. Okay. Damn. Heavy guns have a heavy cost.
Heard something outside the
Yeah.
walls
Oh,
today.
come on. Meow. Meow.
Any progress on that matter we discussed?
Got the book.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
You didn't want the book to keep others from reading it. You just wanted it for yourself.
Well, yes. But I assure you, it was not for personal gain, only for the greater good. I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
Plague-ridden backwater. What happened to all your crap about leading your flock?
Please, those dolts? Nothing could be more excruciating than discussing the true nature of reality with people who have no interest beyond their next Aetherwave program. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
What's in it for me?
Free spiritual counseling, someone to watch your back, not to mention a grown-up in the party.
I'm 28.
Exactly. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Hired.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Ah. After wandering around trying to find a different quest, I wandered into the constable's
Never
office.
actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
What place is this? Oh, this is, what the hell?
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing a promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
Got some questions for you if you don't mind.
As long as your questions fall within the acceptable margins of curiosity.
So who do you work for, Spacer's Choice or Edgewater?
If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice.
That sounds like slavery.
Careful, stranger. Talk like that comes dangerously close to sedition.
What does Spacer's Choice answer to?
Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this.
So you're basically a bureaucrat.
Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The The bureaucracy is a noble profession, but not all of us are gifted enough to serve in it.
If you need help with your marauder problem, I'm for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Hell yeah. Side quest. I could really actually use some
If
supplies.
you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
I'm not allowed in here. Not since the vending machine incident.
Oh, Miss Holcomb ain't allowed in this establishment. Not since that little incident.
She'll be on her best behavior, won't you, Bravati?
Absolutely. I'll keep my hands in my pockets. I won't touch anything while we're in here, Mr. Moreau. I promise.
Got some questions
Go right ahead.
about the plague?
Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical vigor.
Are you done being delusional, or should I wait?
I take umbrage with your choice of phrase. We ain't sick, we're rugged. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the conditions of that sickness, but the fact is, if you work hard, you have got no cause to worry.
Yeah, Spacer's Choice obviously cares about its family.
Spacer's Choice is built on love, and like any real love, it is cold and tough when needs must. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work.
If you don't work hard enough.
Then the hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? Rambling about company policy gets me feeling all lightheaded.
Let me see what you got to trade.
Music to my ears.
Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. What the hell's this? Nah. Ooh. Ew. Guess to go to the closest one.
I used to skip rocks in the river till Constable Reyes ticketed me for unlicensed terraforming. I think she was jealous. She don't know how to skip rocks her own self.
It's alright. Nah, who am I kidding? Classic. Can I revive this bitch? Sorry, I didn't mean to kill you, bitch. Hey! Flaw. Ooh. Reject. Temperament. Brings my temperament down. No thanks. This here be one of the fingers I need. Can I not take our weapons? Come on. Oh yeah, I am. Look at that. How do I get up there? Fuck. Wait a second. What am I doing?
That's the last of them.
Okay, I guess I keep moving then. I am so glad I got this sprint perk. That's a geothermal plant. Ooh, it's over here. This here ain't what I'm looking for, but I rarely miss an opportunity to bonk. Abandoned settlements.
Here they come.
Ow.
Incoming! Nice one!
What's this, fucking Borderlands?
Not even a scratch!
Hey, what if I just post up here? Huh. So an awful lot of these like volcanic rocks around here. Makes sense considering there's a geothermal plant right next to this. Oh yay. I'm gonna avoid this. Because I do not feel I'm ready for this.
Incoming!
This here is the next finger I need. Little I know the trouble this will give me. Well, that's a lot of them. Oh god. Oh, that's gonna have a lot of health. Oh god damn it. Ah. Okay. I have to actually like be careful or something. God. Wow, I'm way the hell over here. The hell's this? You're gonna have to deal with those fucking apes first. Ow. Okay. I decided to explore the canyon from earlier, see if I can find any parts or whatever.
Incoming!
Well, that was easy.
That's the last of them.
Alrighty. Nothing else here?
I don't know anybody who ever came out this far.
Lying? You scared?
Got it. Inside voices.
I'm gonna die here. Okay. Can I go back to a vendor and buy some shit? Can I check in for just a couple of these and then go back out? Yeah, I can turn it in for money.
We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Mabel Burgess. Age 37? Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me? Here we are. Birdie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma. Bert was the local preacher before Max took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork.
Hey. Okay, let's try this again.
And your rash?
Again. Come on. Damn, melee is way easier than ranged with those guys. Okay, from the top.
Here we go. Careful, you're hurt.
Right about here, I find myself back into the corner where they kept funneling in for me. Great. That's the boss. This is good. She ain't gonna die so easy. Come on. Hell yeah. I finally got them digits. Hey. Aw, yeah, look at this. Zoom. Ow! How did I become encumbered from that? Who the fuck are you? Nope, you're friendly. She looks like a bandit. Okay, who's this Zoe chick? 1 second.
No encore. Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
Not for free.
Oh, well that's a shame. I mean, I could pay you in Adrena time, but I've already bartered most of my stash over to these poor saps. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I need you to clarify something for me.
I'm great at clarifying.
Are you a prisoner here?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
I'm impressed. How'd you pull it off?
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
How are you even alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
Simps. The whole lot of them. Are you from Edgewater?
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
I'll be back. Oh, I wanted another companion. Ow.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks.
Vale's a little safer, thanks to you. Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus.
Hey, what's this? Junior Destiny, whatever.
You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations.
Oh, shit. How did so many of these people end up as marauders?
Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people.
That doesn't really answer my question.
Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts.
Sounds
Not
like
everyone's
fun.
cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy.
Yeah, I heard one of your workers shot himself. Eugene, I think.
Uh-huh. I recall young Eugene. Good kid. Nice smile. Fussy about his health, though. Took a little too much Adrena time. That'll do a number on your brain matter. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of Adrena time.
Something else.
What's on your mind?
Oh, well, never mind then. She deputized me? What's my, character, reputation? Oh, shit! Hell yeah, dude, look at this. Look at this fucking armor, dude. What the hell? This armor looks so fucking badass. Yeah, yeah. I'm so fast! Whee!
Where are we headed?
So, back at the shop.
You mean why I'm not allowed in the store
Where the
anymore?
shadows. Seems to be a story there.
There was a kind of a thing with a vending machine when I was 12.
Did you steal from it or something?
Not intentionally. I've always been good with my hands, right? So I saw a lock on the machine and thought, oh, this must be how they refill it. But I had to know. So I did my thing. And next thing I know, there's a couple hundred bottles of 0G rolling out the front door and into the road. It's not funny. Right about then, a bunch of loaders came rolling in the gate, fresh off the Saltuna ships. And Mr. Thompson was up on the porch making a speech about how everyone would have to volunteer a third shift to get it all canned. Anyhow, you ever seen an auto loader run over a bottle of 0G?
Go on.
Exploded all over Mr. Thompson. One bottle after another as the loaders went by. I was just shy of working age, so Dad had to pay all the damages. Rose still angry at me. I can laugh about it now, but I just about puked up my guts in terror in the moment. That's the one time I ever made Mr. Thompson look a fool.
Let's get back to it. That's pretty funny. It takes light ammo? Oh, I see what the problem is. I need light ammo for a light machine gun. That makes sense, because it's in the fucking name. You goddamn smartass. God, this is so much nicer than just having to like sneak around all the time. Just do, and just go bonk. This is a very fine-tuned hot bonk. It makes a nice whoosh sound when I swing it. So the problem with this power regulator that I need for my ship is that Reed Thompson has one, but so do these people, the Botanical Garden. And they're both using power right now, so I gotta divert it to one or the other to decide which one I want to take from.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
About work. What's your problem?
Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another.
Who's been wandering out?
Got anything in you besides questions? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Upbeat, little strange, love Rizos. Yeah, I met Zoe. She's in a marauder camp.
Thank the Eternal. Wait, marauder camp? Is she alright?
You mean in the head or?
Zoe's family. Chiding her is our purview, not yours. If you could bring her home, I'd be obliged. And if you could cross off some marauders on the way, I'd be much obliged.
It's all connected. I got some questions about Zoe.
I'll tell you what I can.
How well do you know her?
Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
You seem so personable. Can't imagine how you didn't get along with her.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
All right, let's change the subject.
What is it?
What is it? Where can I find Adelaide?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop.
Thank you. I believe you be. Probably don't need my sword out right now. Ha.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
Probably can't take anything from in here. Yeah, everything's skillable. Hello.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
Must be Adelaide.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been...
Looks like you made a home for yourself out here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why'd you leave your old home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
This your greenhouse?
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
Oof, funny. Never knew you could grow tripe in the garden. Garden. Surprised I managed to go anything out here. Work.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace then?
Something about come back, tower losing power. I wasn't really listening. I gotta choose that. Something about come back, town losing power. I wasn't really listening.
I can't say I blame you. Reed is positively soporific. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned the geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp is a power regulator. I need to repair my ship. Sure.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
Am I a hero? What do you got against the town? I'm not looking to get back that here to you, maybe. I'm leaving. A hero to you, yeah, that's a hero to you, maybe. That's kind of interesting. Because, like, yeah, I kind of would be dicking over people for a little bit, but, like, they seem to have, like, a good place going on here. And I've also played through this before, and I kind of know a little bit about what's going on. What have you got against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
Oof.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
I'll say help you what's happens to Edgewater.
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
You think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
And she walks away. I'm not actually trying to go to shoot. Actually, can I shoot her? I don't know, but I'm just admiring the this helmet model. It's pretty dope. Saves game. I kind of do actually want to explore this town a little bit.
It's so pretty.
I know, right? Very beautiful. There's trees with these fake apples on here. There's like more trees. There's a different tree.
Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Who? This guy?
If you're hungry.
Oh. Cheated on their career aptitude test. Hey, workbench.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering.
Those are some white-ass eyes.
Whoa, Miss Parvati. Hey, you're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
What gave it away? I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
You're lucky your camp's full of idiots. God, I love these, like, this is like the equivalent of sarcastic in Fallout. Never too late to start learning and give you go pointers.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Oh shit, I just have one? You mentioned 2 pads? What about the third?
I wish I knew. I wager the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say.
I expect a fair price for my trouble.
I'll pay you for every pad you bring me. If, by some miracle, you can bring me the full set, I'll give you something pretty I've been saving for a lucky day.
Today's your lucky day, Thomas. Got one of those data pads you wanted.
No kidding. Really? Well, which one?
I don't fucking know, I just have it. Part 1, found it in the community center archives.
Look at that. Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years.
Spectrum
I appreciate you
potatoes.
going through all that trouble. One data pad's enough to guide me down my newfound path. Just remember, I got something saved for you if you find me all 3.
Okay, thank God he pays me for each one. I'll let you know if I find any others.
Sure. I'd be glad to take them off your hands.
I should go. I'm going over to the geothermal plant now. Figure out which way I'm throwing this power. God, I've missed this. Just playing games for the sake of playing them.
Processing.
Is it I think you're processing?
We can head.
Hope they don't blow up. Oh God.
That's the last of them.
Woo!
Incoming.
Man, that cooldown after the swing is just gnarly.
Incoming.
Bonk, 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 bonk. I can shut this off, right? How do I shut this off? So an arrow pointing over here. Oh, I have to use this. Oh well. Nah. This one looks better anyways. Yeah. Let's head into the factory.
System
Incoming. Everyone all right?
Oh, we kill it, and so hard it dies. All right, game. What are you trying to tell me? I see those arrows. I don't know where you're pointing me. Oh, it's pointing me in the right direction. Cool.
Unexpected searching for unauthorized.
Wow, goddamn, these things suck. Oh, it's toggle sprint. Hell yeah.
Incoming. Everyone all right?
Roasting
Go.
go. Unexpected.
God damn, these things are easy to kill. Damn, these guys got fucked in the ass. Humans, at least. Okay, so theory, okay, here's what's going on. So basically, these robots started to malfunction and go haywire, even though they weren't supposed to. Like, duh, where have you heard that before, right? Ooh, what is this? I'm not gonna touch that yet. And this guy found out that there's some tinkering going on, and he went to do some sleuthing himself, and we don't know what happened yet after that. Optional? 70? Jesus. It wants me to go through this mission, doesn't it?
Get away!
Hello.
Leave me alone. You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me, Phantom. Shoot. Scram.
Calm down. I'm not trying to hurt you.
You can talk? The Phantom's never talked before. I knew I shouldn't have eaten that sprat raw. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
Slow down. Tell me what's going on.
Clearly, I mistook you for one of the phantoms of my imagination, which terrorized me on occasion. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
How long you been down here?
Hard to say. By my reckoning, Higgins has been here somewhere between 2 weeks and forever. My recollection's a touch fuzzy these days.
What exactly do you here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
How have you been surviving all this time?
Jimmy'd opened the vending machines. That lasted a good couple of months. Eventually, I had to resort to more unconventional means of filling my insides.
This place looks like it's been for a while. What happened?
Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on anything that moved. It was pandemonium.
And you weren't killed?
I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old boss had me scrubbing pipes when the killing started. So, as usual, I missed out.
You mentioned being an engineer.
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries. Repaired them, maintained, upgraded. Did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
If you worked on all these mechanicals, you must have a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
Or you can help me. I don't feed you the sprats. Your call.
Ironic deaths are the worst. You made your point. I'll help you. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow the behavior of their logic module. Someone tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Any idea where we can find a logic module?
Funny thing, I was working on a logic module just before the mayhem started. Security chief found me and confiscated the logic module.
I wanted to ask you something.
The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Process security.
Come on.
Yeah, huh?
Thomas seemed pretty fond of you.
He's just interested in fixing stuff. He always used to follow me around, asking me to explain what I was doing. Like a puppy, kinda.
Totally was thinking, definitely it was not a wrench.
Thomas always listened to me. Never said I was odd, never tried to... I just want to think of him like that. If he wants to learn about engineering, we should help him get those data pads he wants. I'd like to do that for him. Once we do this, there's no going back. Hey, mister? Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
Wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
The deserters are our community. I can't just destroy what they built.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
Say your point. I think I'm ready to make a decision.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
All right. Confused. Oh, I'm slightly positive with the board. What the hell did I do? I'm gonna do some side quests first. Which of those are out of the way? Okay, I am glad that they didn't just like have it a constant buzz when you have this sword out, and they just give you like the special effect when you bring it out. That's a nice touch. So it's not just constant like, you know, like it's a cool sound effect, but it's like, you know, woo. Did I even loot this place? Apparently not. Fucking blind. Ooh, open this. Elite trooper helmet. That looked interesting. Yeah. Ooh, that's cool. It's like a faceless. Ow! I'm dazed and confused. Zoe, I think I love you.
What I wouldn't do for a Wentworth.
I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
Didn't I kill all of your clientele? Damn, I can't even try. Oh. Are you serious? I have to come back to this side quest once I have better charisma or something? God, what is this? Scaling of games? Ah!
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with?
Maybe one of your numbers gone missing.
You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
What happened on the day she disappeared?
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
I asked you one question. Tell me a little bit about her.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
What was that surprise?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Any changes to lend me the copy?
Not much of a chance, no. Mind if I ask why you're interested?
Zoe's living with marauders nearby. I need something to tempt her back to camp.
Zoe's living with marauders? Yeah, that sounds like the sort of sideways, sprat-brained plan Zoe'd come up with. Yeah, it could be you're telling the truth. Or maybe you're trying to wheedle me into relinquishing my only copy of the Masked Marketeer. It's a collector's edition after all.
Look at my face. Do I look like I give a damn about your show?
Yeah, you're probably right. A true fan would have displayed a gleam in their eye upon hearing the words collector's edition. Here you go. Latest copy of the Masked Marketeer. Tell Zoe we're all waiting on her.
Back over to Zoe.
Ever consider the marauder life? It's pretty sweet.
Stefan told me about your favorite cereal.
So you tracked me down just to gab about the Masked Marketeer? I am impressed.
Stefan wanted to watch this with you.
I see what's going on here. I'm being bribed. Well, it's working. I can't say no to my favorite cereal. I'll take my stuff
she
and
is so
head on
fucking
back, I
flaky.
suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Take care. She is so goddamn flaky, dude. Holy shit. Literally comes back for a fucking TV show, leaves to fucking be a groupie for Marauders, and comes back for a show. What the fuck? Go back over there.
What is it?
Talk to Zoe and come back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
She joined up with a band of Marauders. They hadn't heard her.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do
Thank
something
you.
for you.
I'll leave it be.
Town's been dark a while now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us.
Band one.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Take care. I appreciate your service. Understanding. That's interesting. I did so many side quests with them. They're like, you know what? He's fine.
Is Reed hiding in there?
Back at the factory, things are looking a little tense.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
I don't owe you an explanation.
You're right. I put the fate of our town in the hands of some feckless transient. This is my fault. And all Edgewater's paying for my mistake. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
Call off your guards. I don't want to bleed it all over my power regulator.
All right, easy now. Let's not do anything we'll regret. I'll order my guards to stand down. Take what you came for and then leave us be. Stand down, all of you. We're done here.
Heard you've been taking down marauders.
Heard you've been taking down Marauder. Don't know how long we'll last without power.
I can't stop thinking on Edgewater, Captain. I'm glad the deserters are gonna be all right now they got power, but what about the town? All those people.
Oh, I can't be like, oh, I'm sure they'll be fine. They'll go back to the botanical gardens. I feel a lot more comfortable with some in my hands. Sealed. Interesting. Okay, I wanted to do that one last quest. Wait, what? It's in here? No. No, please don't tell me I failed it just because No. It appears that, by shutting down the power, I saved myself out of the next quest. Surely not. Come on. Fuck it. Now that I got power regulator, I guess it's time to head off this fucking rock.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post.
Those deserters left Edgewater behind. Nothing keeping you from doing the same.
I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
You just met me. Why'd you want to go into space with a stranger?
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I had my misgivings about Miss McDevitt and the deserters, but you took pity on them. and sent power to their garden even though you knew Mr. Thompson would hate you for it. All this time, you've been determined to get your regulator back, get your ship up and running, and cut a path out of this place. And well, I won it.
Have a gun, have you along. Pick a cabin. It's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, mister. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Hell yeah. That the body's still here? Did I even kill them? I don't remember. Alright, let's go. Ooh,
Well,
hi.
I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room. Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged.
I honestly forgot
What's
he was here.
occupying your thoughts?
I'd like to know something about those I'm flying with. What's your story?
Nothing too out of the ordinary. Just your run-of-the-mill vicar with a violently enthusiastic disposition.
Violently enthusiastic disposition?
That's what my parents called it. I grew up in a pit of a town much like Edgewater. I was destined to be a laborer like my parents, but I was infected early with a need to solve the equation. My passion didn't sit well with them.
Why were you so passionate about it?
My parents, ironically. They internalized the precepts of scientism like no one I've ever known. They had a pure faith, a faith that brought joy to them regardless of the situation. I envied that. I wanted that peace. I thought if I became a vicar, I could find it. Or at the very least, find out why I lacked it.
But they weren't proud when you became a vicar, at least.
They thought I was fighting the plan, should have accepted my lot. Some people pursue the clergy for power, prestige, but that was not me.
The plan here sounds like a convenient way to control the masses.
It can be if abused, but that can be said about anything. However, in the case of the board and Halcyon, sadly, I believe you are correct.
Seems quite trusting you just to sign out without knowing anything about me.
I have run headlong into too many walls in my pursuit of the truth. This book is my last hope, and you were my only hope of getting it translated.
What if the book doesn't have the answer you're looking for?
I honestly don't know what I'd do. This quest has consumed me for the better part of my life. I fear there's nothing else left to me. What about you? What's your story?
I love a good adventure story.
That's not... Let's try this again. Who are you? Where are you from?
I don't want to talk about it.
You were the one who started this conversation.
I wanted to ask you about the book. Does it have something to do with your religion?
Bokonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
What's a philosophist?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bakonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
If a car searching for a banned book sets a bad example, doesn't it?
The story of my life. Most lay people are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was fool enough to let an inmate bend my ear with stories of an original Bokonu journal.
Any idea where you can find someone who speaks French in this colony?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bokonu. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
Seems like a bit of a long shot. What makes you so sure?
Oh, I'm anything but certain. But it's all I've got at the moment. We should start on the Groundbreaker. It's where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. Their easily hackable system keeps a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How is it that a very simple Vakar happens to be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
Don't need this on the ship.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise. What can I do for you, Captain?
I have a power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
That looks dangerous as fuck. Oh my god. Whee! Ha!
What can I do for you, Captain?
Installed it.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Good. I've been waiting to hear from him.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
Never been better.
Good, great, excellent. Let's move on. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Why do we need a nav key to land on a planet?
Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly.
What's stopping me from just leaving Halcyon altogether?
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star.
Fair.
Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place, and we can start by reviving the Hope.
I get it. How do we know I can trust her?
Gladys and I have been doing business for years. Her smuggling credentials are unimpeachable. If anyone can get you a key to Monarch, it's her.
Can I land somewhere outside of that?
In theory, I suppose you could land your ship in Cascadia, and in theory, I suppose you might survive the experience. Cascadia is utterly seething with dangerous, highly aggressive creatures, more than capable of tearing you limb from limb. You'd have to be a lunatic to land in Cascadia, and I'm reasonably certain I tested your brain for incipient signs of insanity. Trust me. Talk to Gladys Colt Kelly.
Fine.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. Cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time.
Was it on him when he died?
I call it the holographic shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
I'm about to get used, thanks.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board.
No
They'll
shit.
try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. Alright, where's my fucking bed? Ooh. I think I'm just gonna call it here. That was fun. I haven't just sat down and just played a game for a while. It was just nice playing a new game. Well, I mean, you know. But yeah, hope you enjoyed, and I will see you later.